I've been getting a lot of questions about embroidery machines, so we're going to be talking about the Brother Skitch PP1 and the Brother PE900. Welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. This channel is all about making sewing fun and approachable, and we're going to take a few minutes and talk about the embroidery machines I own, because I've been getting a lot of you who are interested in dabbling with machine embroidery ask, what kind of machine should I buy? What should I get if I am a beginner? So I have had 3 embroidery machines, actually technically 4, and they've all been Brother. So I had the Brother SE400, that was a sewing / embroidery combo. I've also had the Brother PE800, which is the older version of this machine, the Brother PE900. That one is discontinued, I still have it, but I'm going to be focusing more on the PE900 since that is the current model. And the Brother Skitch PP1, which is my newest embroidery machine. They all have some differences, but I want to talk about the different features. Hopefully this is helpful if you are looking into getting an embroidery machine for the first time. And I also have a couple disclaimers I want to start off with. One, I'm not a sewing machine tech or an expert. I'm just talking to my experience as a customer and an embroidery machine enthusiast. Also, I do not make any specific machine recommendations, so please don't ask me, because I only like to give people information when you are doing your own research, but I think this decision is very personal and you're the only one that can really make it. So I know I get a lot of people saying, hey Jen, which machine should I buy if you're a beginner? And that's the thing, I am not going to give you a specific answer because the answer may be different for everyone, but I hope this is helpful for you if you are doing the research into various machines. Also, please do not contact me one-on-one in like DMs or emails asking specific questions. You're welcome to leave a comment here in the comment section. Also, if you do have questions and you want to get a real-time answer, subscribe to Sewing Report Live and join me in streams every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you in advance. Okay, so these machines are the Brother Skitch PP1 and the Brother PE900. Now, they look obviously very different. This one I bought, I think, about a year ago, and this one I bought about 6 months ago, and I had the older version, the Brother PE800 of this machine. So we're gonna talk about the features. This one is obviously much different than this one physically. This machine is much larger. I will say it's heavier, although the Brother Skitch is also it's heavier than it looks. This one has a smaller footprint, and when I first saw the Skitch, I was like, this kind of looks like one of those like Keurig coffee machines or something like that. It just has a different design than other embroidery machines. One thing I do like about this is it's got a magnetic hoop. So instead of the typical hoops with the like turn screw, this one is magnetic, so this is a lot easier to hoop items. This is a smaller hoop, so this one is a 4x4 inch hoop. You can get an optional 3x3 inch hoop. I'm not sure if in the future Brother will maybe have a firmware update to make using a larger hoop possible, but as of right now, 4 inches is the max, 4 inches square, as far as the designs. The other thing you'll notice about the Skitch is that it has a free arm. So this is a really nice feature, and this is actually one of the reasons I bought it, was because if you have like an item like a tote bag or something that has kind of an odd shape, you can actually put it under the machine. This one does not have a free arm, so it makes hooping items a little bit more tricky, especially for something like a bag or if you're doing a baby onesie. In fact, I need to try out baby onesies on the Skitch because I do think that will be easier. I had an easier time. I was able to embroider a baseball cap, soft structured, and it was easier on the Skitch than on the PE800 or 900. Again, I do like some of the functionality of the Skitch. They both have Wi-Fi capability, but another huge difference between the PE900 and the Skitch PP1 is that you'll notice this machine has onboard function, so you can do things on the machine itself. It is compatible with Brother's proprietary Artspira app, but you don't need to use it. The PE900 also has a USB slot on the back so that you can transfer designs. It also has like a wireless transfer capability as well. I did try that out, but I prefer using the USB stick. I just think it's easier. Now the Brother Skitch, this is one of the big differences, is it has some basic buttons, but you control the machine with the Artspira app. and to me that is a very big deal. You being able to use the Brother Skitch is totally dependent on Brother supporting the Artspira app. And as we saw from the product launch, it does look like Brother was trying to get people to pay for Artspira Plus, which is currently $12.99 per month, which is kind of a lot of money for an app that only does one thing. So you do need the app in order to operate the machine. You do not need an app in order to operate the Brother PE900. Now, I'm not going to give specific prices because they do change quite a bit, so I don't want the information to be dated, but there will be links down below in the description box for both the Skitch and the PE900. They are affiliate links, just to let you know. But again, I purchased these machines myself with my own money. This is not sponsored. I purchased this about a year ago. This one is a lot more expensive than the Skitch, so price-wise, the Skitch is more budget-friendly, but the PE900 does have more features. Also, the hoop size is larger. The way you put the hoop in is a lot different on the PE900 than it is on the Skitch. It's a little bit easier on the Skitch, but this one also has a larger hoop size. This hoop is 5 by 7 inches. So this is significantly larger, but again, this machine is also significantly more expensive. So I feel like there are trade-offs with each machine, and I do kind of wish you could combine like the best of both to make like the perfect machine. So my perfect machine would be at least a 5 by 7 inch hoop, but I would love to have the hoop be magnetic like this Skitch, and I would love for this to have a free arm. So if this Skitch had a larger hoop size, was not dependent upon the Artspira app to operate, and had some onboard functions and a USB slot, I think this would be a slam dunk. I also think it would be more expensive, so I think one of the reasons this is a more budget-friendly machine is because it does have a smaller hoop size and there are some limitations to it. Again, it's probably cheaper not to have the onboard controls and not to have the USB slot. So I don't know how much it would be with those features, but it would probably be closer to the price of the PE900. So this has the traditional screw hoop here. It's still fairly easy to use, but certain items, if you're doing like a sweatshirt or something that has like a back to it, you would have to then like fold it all the way up and kind of over itself. So it is kind of a pain in the butt to hoop certain items, and it's a lot easier on the Skitch. So there are certainly differences with these machines. As far as the stitch outs go so far, I personally think that the PE900, just in my opinion, has a slightly smoother operation. But if you're wondering like which would stitch out a better quality design, they would be about the same because that's dependent upon the design and not really on the machine. As long as the design is good, you can stitch it out on any machine and it should be good. So if you are getting poor results from your embroidery stitch outs, it may be the design and not the machine that's the problem. So just to put that out there, because I get a lot of questions about that type of thing. And I will also get people saying like, how can I make this design like an applique design? And that is dependent upon the design. So if the design is not an applique, you can't really make it an applique design. It has to be from the actual digitizing. So also, if you have not watched my conversation with embroidery expert Eric Campbell, I would highly recommend that video, and I will link that up here for you to watch, because that is a good one, because he really explains a lot about embroidery designs and digitizing, because a lot of people have questions. Now, with both of these machines, you can't just like upload a picture and have it stitch out. The design does have to be digitized specifically for embroidery machines. Now, I also have embroidery software. I use Embrilliance. Also, disclaimer, I am an affiliate, but I paid for my copy. I have Embrilliance Essentials. It's sort of a basic program, but what I like about it is that it's not subscription based and you don't have to be online to use it. It's like regular software, but you pay for it once and you own it, so I like that. And I also like that, again, you don't have to be online. It's not cloud-based. It's just a program on your computer. I believe it is available for both Windows and Mac computers, so that is also a plus. And I've been using that to save as embroidery files. I've also kind of done some basic stuff like different text and monograms, that type of thing. Now, both of these machines use the same file format. It's .pes, And each machine brand tends to have its own file types. That is something you need to look into. And I do want to encourage you, if you are looking into getting an embroidery machine for the first time, especially if you don't know if you're going to get into it more serious as a hobby, I'll be real, I would buy a machine used. See if you can pick one up on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, see if someone's selling them on Nextdoor, something like that. But if you can get these machines used, I think you can save a lot of money. I purchased my machines new, but I'm seeing a lot of them pop up on a lot of these marketplace websites because I do suspect a lot of people bought embroidery machines during the pandemic and then just never ended up getting into embroidery machines, because I know a lot of my videos got views during that time frame and I was getting a lot of people specifically on the machine videos. So I do think people were like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna start doing that. And then they didn't really use it as much as they thought they would, or they never ended up using them at all. So I do think you could probably get a pretty good deal on any of these machines, especially the PE900, which is now discontinued, if you just look online and shop secondhand. And I would recommend that, especially if you're not really sure if you're gonna like it, or not really sure if you're going to get an embroidery machine, or like if you're really gonna start doing it a lot. So if you're not really sure and you're a beginner, I would try to get a used one, make sure it works and everything, see if you can test it out. But I've seen so many on Facebook Marketplace, it's not even funny. You can get some really good prices on machines that have barely been used. So, and even though I do this for a living here on the channel, I don't have a lot of mileage on my machines. I'm an occasional embroidery hobbyist, but I'm not trying to use this for a business or anything. I use these for like little projects here and there, but I don't put like tons of heavy use on any of my embroidery machines because, again, these are meant for home use. None of these machines are really meant for you doing like a large scale embroidery business. You would really need to look more into a commercial machine. Those are going to be way more expensive though. So just to let you know, if you're wondering about prices, because I know if you're kind of here and you don't know much about sewing or sewing machines can be really expensive. Embroidery machines, especially if you're getting the, commercial format embroidery machines, super expensive. Again, even used, you're looking at like, you can easily spend $10,000 on a commercial machine. But again, that's going to be much more suited to business activity. These machines are definitely more meant for home hobbyists like myself who are using it like here and there for projects. So obviously there's a lot of differences. They do take the same bobbins. You can use the same needles. I do find it's helpful to use a thread stand just so your thread doesn't get all raveled up. I've noticed I will get fewer thread breaks. Also, I have had better luck getting pre-wound bobbins with bobbin thread. So that's something you can do. But again, so there are some similarities. Obviously, these look very different. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about these two machines. If you have questions about either machines, leave your question down below in the comment section. Again, please don't try to email or DM me. That's the comment section is the place to leave questions or comments. If you own either of these machines, let me know what you think. If I had to pick a favorite, it's really hard to compare these. This is like apples to oranges because these just have different features. If I could only have one, I would probably say I would keep the Brother PE900, but I really wish it had a free arm and I wish it had a magnetic hoop. So if the PE900 had those features, I would say it would be like the perfect machine. But that's the thing, neither of them are absolutely perfect for my needs as just a hobby embroiderer. But if this one had a magnetic 5x7 hoop and a free arm, I would not need the Brother Skitch at all. I also really don't like that this Brother Skitch requires the Artspira app to operate. That to me is a big L, and I wish Brother hadn't done that, but of course they do because they're trying to get everyone hooked on this using the app and get on the subscription train. So if I could only keep on one, I would probably keep the Brother PE900. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I have both. Like, quite honestly, I'm glad I have both because I can use the Brother Skitch for items that are hard to hoop, but I can use the Brother PE900 if I want to do a larger design, or if, I'm doing like an easy item. If I don't want to mess with the app, I do really like this machine a lot. Again, and it's really hard to say, like, if you could only buy one. I don't know which one I would buy, but that's the thing. I kind of feel like having the magnetic hoop has made my life a lot more convenient, and having the free arm has really opened up the possibilities of items that I can embroider. So that's why for me it is really hard to choose like a favorite or one, I guess. But if I had to go with one, I guess I would go with the PE900, but some of the features on the Skitch are really worth having. So that's why it is a difficult decision. Anyways, I just wanted to take a few minutes and share some of my thoughts on these machines because, again, I've been getting a lot of questions about them and I wanted to try to clear up and clarify a little bit. Anyways, I'm Jen with the Sewing Report. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button on your way out and subscribe if you'd like more videos about sewing and embroidery. I will see you again in the next one. And remember, whatever you're doing, make it fun.